Continue and we conclude the Pirkei Psicha, the preliminaries of prayer, pages Yud Zayin to Yud Tes in the Hebrew edition, 31 to 34 in the English edition. Shimshon Pincus takes their hand, opens the door to the shul, and walks us in as we begin to daven. And he points out that there is something that we must realize, that our tefillah is not only dependent upon how much thought we give it, whether we have the proper kavanah, if we understand what we are saying. There's another factor that defines whether our tefillah will have its potency, and that's whether it has enough time. The clock, time, that defines our tefillah. We show up late, we leave early, or even if not, we come on time, but the minyan's just running too fast, or maybe the minyan's running too slow and we're losing interest. We have to realize as we begin to daven that we're not 100% in control. The minyan, the shul, is running our tefillah. Sometimes that's for good and sometimes that's for naught. But with the realization, we can begin to understand how to take the necessary steps to get the intended result. And it's likened to a doctor. You show up to a clinic and the waiting room is moving and it's fast and you're so excited and you get in, you sit with the doctor asks you 2 questions, says, okay, great, here's your diagnosis, and runs out. What? He didn't even talk to me. Or perhaps you show up to a different doctor and you have to wait a little bit. But then you sit down and he talks to you and he diagnoses you and he asks about the symptoms and then he tells you what to do. That's the sign of a specialist. He listened, he spoke, he had all the time in the world for you. He quotes a wise man that they asked, how much time should it take to daven? A question that I think we all want to know the answer to. And the wise man responded, as long as it takes. There's no such thing as a tefillah that's too long, as a tefillah that's too short. Your Shemona Esrei has to take as long as necessary. Some Gedolim daven very long, some daven very short. But what's important is that you are in control and no one else. So with the realization that whether we come late, whether we leave early, whether the minyan's too fast, whether the minyan's too slow, with that realization we'll be able to take the necessary steps to finally take control of our tefillah. And he concludes by teaching us that there's really a deeper point over here. You show up to a meeting with anyone, certainly with a dignitary, certainly with a king, certainly with our Creator. What does it mean if you show up late? What does it mean if you're running out early? What does it mean if you're busy the whole time? You're checking your watch, you're checking your phone. It's just disrespectful. It's not nice. So we expect our tefillah to work when we're showing up to the meeting late, when we're leaving early, when the entire time we're preoccupied with other thoughts. So once we realize that time is so crucial, that this external factor is the game changer. It's the difference between a train wreck, it's the difference between just flying through davening and exploding at the end, or having enough time and davening appropriately and having the right mindset and giving God the time He deserves.